Hey, here's one of those websites I love to visit on a daily basis, techradar.com. I like to know about technology and what's going on, but I have issues with it. Even though I come onto this every day, I really don't like the adverts at the top of the website. What kind of hero banner has an advert, right? And then we get down here and we have like the magazine layout, and there will be more adverts that look lazy load through, and I feel like, God, you're right in my face. I mean, this is nothing to do with the Techradar website. You know, come on, give it a rest now. So I'm going to put down some comments of improvements I think they could make. I mean, first off, before we get into the depths of the comments, it is roughly, you know, like a boxed width layout, which I think works for magazine websites, okay? Full width sometimes gets a little bit too crazy with the amount of content you're showing. So far, this is fine. Let's just scroll all the way down. We've got more articles. We got, you know, bigger articles, well, not articles, tabs over there. And then we get down to more adverts again, a post layout. So we've got a big post there and smaller posts below, repeats on itself. And then we get down to that. I was about to say that's an advert. That's not an advert. It's actually an article. And then we go down, 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 down. We get down to meet the team, which I quite like that. I do like that. I must say, I like that whole carousel, and they're nice. The images are generally okay. This is really nice, other versions of the page, and the footer is looking okay. But my main issue really is the adverts. Let's go and put some comments in. So when I'm on the website collaboration tool that I'm using at the moment, the adverts won't always come through, which is a good thing. By the way, you know, you don't want to be bombarded with adverts, but let's go and stick in a comment over here. I think that's pretty fair as a comment, right? I mean, do you really want to be seeing that when you first load up the website? And I'll show you what it looks like on the mobile as well. The comment, by the way, has gone over to the right-hand side. I can, if I want, hit the browse down here, and just like now, I can click anywhere I want and interact with the page. But we are commenting at the moment. Now, in terms of the logo, I like that. The layout here works for me. I like it. It might appear busy to some, but I think it's pretty easy and clear to read. It doesn't feel cramped to me. And this menu here, this works pretty well. I mean, I think that's that's a drop down. I was about to say mega menu. It's a drop down. This looks really, really good. You got Techradar Pro. You got this other stuff there. I think it's a pretty nice layout. My only thing with it is that this is me being pernickety now, in that this looks pretty level with the tech, the home icon. That is offsetting from the subscribe box, and this is kind of sticking out. Now you know that search icon there has probably got some padding, so it is probably technically in line, but it does not appear in line. Look at it. Can you see what I mean? It does not appear in line. Let me just go to browse for a moment. Let me just check. How does this search work? Okay, so it's a drop down. In fact, you can now see the line over there, right? Can you see it? So technically that is in line, but maybe this could be moved bigger or made bigger so it is in line with the subscribe. So let's go and leave a comment over there. Let's click this. So just make it in line, and the best way to do that is to add some left and right padding, and that will move it over pretty well. Now this is a scroll bar down here, and I have to say that it isn't easy. So you've really got to make sure you put your mouse over it, and I feel like that needs to be made a little bit bigger. I think 5 pixel might be enough. The font sizing is all okay. I mean, this is all pretty much okay. You got equal rows and columns over there. This isn't a slider, by the way, over here. Each one of these will take you to a post. So you have a big post here, and then you got the smaller second, third, and fourth post, etc. as a smaller grid. But the spacing between them in the row and column works fine. I mean, someone might click on this and assume it's going to now change the item over here, because sometimes this might appear like a tab. That's not entirely clear, but we can let that go. The user will soon experience and understand, no, that actually takes me to the article. I mean, the spacing here is fine. You know, the images are nice and clear. It's really good. There is an advert over here. We've already mentioned this. I'm going to say get rid. I always find there's a time and place for where you have the adverts, and I really don't think the homepage is the best place, because each of these are like posts and articles. If you want to do it on the post or article on like a sidebar or below or somewhere, you can get away with it to an extent over there. But you don't kind of want your person, when they're viewing a website, look, let me show you what I mean. Let's just go back over here. You really want me to click that and go over there? I mean, okay, you might have an affiliate or a referral link or something embedded in there. I don't know. But do you really want that? When we get to the latest news, I like what they've done here. Lowest price, big savings. I think this is pretty nice what they've done there. You know, it's kind of reinforcing. However, let me just go back up here. I've just said to you the row and column spacing is great. But can you see why? We've got this background color gray. Can you see the gray there? It looks really nice. Now when we get down here and we don't have that grey, it now looks cramped. It looks clunky. Does that make sense? So I feel like you may, like, I mean, I go, right, you got to play around now and say, so here's where I feel like we need to try it with the grey background, add some padding to the bottom and to the right-hand side as well, because it's just, I mean, this really looks just too closed in. If you had a blog post archive, you would not have your excerpts and everything like that going that far across. It just looks busy. Again, you can see the same problem over here. Things are now, I mean, look, this section here, just look at that. How busy does that look? So let's leave a comment here again. I'm going to say about 30 pixels might do it. Again, we go back to something I've mentioned above. You might think that when you click on any one of these items, this image is going to change. It doesn't. You click on the second item, you're not going to get a Gran Turismo 7 picture pop up. No, it actually takes you to the page. And I do feel like that has to be made a little bit clearer. So I'm just going to make a comment here. I don't know about you. Am I being pernickety here when I say this, that you might click it and think the image changes? Because it does look to me like an accordion, doesn't it? Doesn't it give you that kind of vibe? We're about halfway through the website now. And we have the same kind of thing going on here with the padding, but this one here has got me a little bit spooked. Why is it all of a sudden we go from that layout there to this one here with bigger columns? Makes no sense whatsoever. So make the column gaps equal. I mean, there's no need for them to be that big. I mean, I can't see any reason. The items above were reviews and these are reviews as well. So let's just make them equal. You can see all the items on the right-hand side. Okay, it's slowly building up. As we get further to the bottom, we have the same thing again with the padding. But here we also have the slight problem where if your text or your header is too long, you get this kind of slanted sloping effect. I mean, look, unless they go and modify their titles, you're always going to get this problem. The danger is making this all equal in height. If you start to add in spacing like a flex container approach where you flex the items, it's going to look a little bit ridiculous with like artificial spacing. So you just got to get over it and let bygones be bygones. We get to the team one. I like this. You know, I think this works pretty well. I like the images, you know, the wording there, the descriptions. That's nice. And then we get the footer and that's all looking okay. But I do just want to quickly check, what does this look like in the mobile? And it's not very inspiring, is it? Now, you might be wondering, well, what's going on there? Let me just show you how this actually looks. Look, sometimes adverts appear. The Techradar website does sometimes have a bit of lag, which again is annoying when you're looking at this on an actual mobile phone. And I'm just showing you on a simulator website on how this looks. So where you see the gaps, that's not to do with the website collaboration tool. That is sometimes what happens with the website. So they've got to sort that out. So sort out the loading lag for the adverts, or better still, just get rid of them. As you scroll down, you'll notice there are no images. We just get lots and lots of text. I have to say, though, that's not a bad thing, because on the mobile, it's quicker and easier for me, the user, to scroll down and go, right, do I want to click and read a bit more? If you were to go with this approach, it works okay here, but if you repeated that throughout the website, it might start to feel a little bit repetitive, whereas here I can just quickly skim down a lot quicker. But on the mobile, there isn't much more to be said, because look, it doesn't feel cramped, whereas on the desktop it felt cramped, which kind of makes your mind boggle, doesn't it? The desktop should feel more spacious. Anyway, we go down, advert again, that's just load time. That's based on their website and how they've got it set up. We've got the team carousel over here. That works. We have an issue there. Look, can you see that? So let's just add a comment there. So I'm going to say give us at least 50 pixel padding from the top there, okay? And also, that is not in the center. Can you see it? That is not centered. Is it my eyes? No, it's not my eyes. It is not. So let's just put a comment there as well. Definitely needs centering. Just on the homepage, we've now put in about 12 comments, and I'm sure there would have been more if we start to look at the individual articles. I hope you've enjoyed this teardown of the Techradar.com website. Hey, keep watching, there will be more.